I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be back. This is just like raw energy I'm feeling right now. Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and it is wonderful to be back. I have not posted on the channel in over a week. I'm here to talk to you guys about all that's been going on, so let's hop right into this. Between me getting really sick, my computer biting the dust. Yes, look at this. It's been resetting at 5% for over 2 hours. 5%! This thing's not gonna be done for a decade. Me wanting to pursue the challenges I mentioned in the video I posted before taking my hiatus, and also quite honestly feeling really burnt out on YouTube. It led to me taking a little bit over a week off, which is something I probably should have done multiple times in the past couple of years between the holidays, post Fallout 4, post Fallout 4 DLC, post E3. There were a lot of times I was super burnt out on YouTube and I still kept going, and it eventually just shortened that spark, that love for it more and more, where I was like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I just need to peace out. It was a very odd feeling every day, waking up and not feeling the need to check Twitter for news, not feeling the need to be on top of the discussion right away, or hopping on a game not just for content, but hey, for myself. These were changes I needed because it gave me a new perspective on how I want to create content in 2018 and moving forward, and leads to this type of energy in the video where it's not camera happy, it's like legit, I'm happy to be here and I'm actually excited about what I want to talk about. Not that I wasn't in the past, but a lot of the times, like with any camera job, it gets a little bit forced at times. What are those changes? Will they impact the channel? Not really. They're just going to result in better content. There's only one fundamental change that I think everyone's going to be pretty understanding with, because with YouTube I was so fixated on it, so focused on it. That's my own fault, and I was ruining my sleep schedule. I would be getting like 5 to 7 hours a night, which I simply cannot run off of. I need 8 to 9, which I started getting since my hiatus, and that has been wonderful. I've been full of energy, and all of a sudden all my issues became a lot more manageable when I had a fully energized body. I wasn't eating enough, certainly eating enough now in the holiday season, and my mental health wasn't in the tip-top shape that I feel it is right now. All these elements combined have led to a better version of myself, and now that I'm taking on challenges, I'm feeling fulfilled in other ways. Returning to YouTube felt right. Trying new exercises, getting new exercise machines to train for hockey. I've tried photography, and there's other things that I've tried out that I'll talk about at a later time, but it's been really nice to just try to take on a handful of things and see what the world has to offer. It's also, like I said, been really nice to game as, well, a gamer, not someone who's trying to cover every single topic in video games. I've played Trine Enchanted Edition, Sonic Forces, guilty pleasure, right? I kind of enjoy the modern Sonics, even though they're not very good. Like, I love Generations. Forces, even though there's a lot of flaws with it, I still had a fun time. I went back and played Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, which I never would have done, but this was a childhood game of mine, man. I remember being so hyped for it, and so going back to this was fun. And I just got into the Yakuza series. Wow, talk about an under-discussed franchise. It's getting a lot of love now, I've noticed, but oh my goodness, if you guys have not gotten into it and you like games like Sleeping Dogs, Shenmue, then please get on Yakuza. I started with Kiwami and oh my god, I love this franchise so much. I have not been so hooked to a game in a while. But anyway, I talked about changes I want to make for myself on the channel. Like I mentioned, a lot of lifestyle changes. What's the one change that you'll notice on the channel? I need, in order for me to function properly, in order for me to get the best content I can out, is not overwork myself, which is what I had been doing because I've been churning out 8 videos a week. So between reviewing games, discussions, news, the podcast, and the Patreon videos, it became a lot where I had really overworked myself to a point where making content was not enjoyable. It just felt like one after the other. I was trying to take as many shortcuts as I could as possible when editing instead of really getting into the process, adding my own personal flavor. I just almost wanted to be done with it. And I noticed YouTube was a lot more manageable when I was making 7 videos a week compared to 8. It was just that additional workload, that extra couple of hours that I had to factor into my week at some point in time that simply wasn't working, where I decided, okay, from now on, I do the podcast on Fridays, they get uploaded onto the Sunday, and I'm just gonna take Saturdays off and leave that for the Patreon exclusive video I do over there. I think that adds a little bit more value to that tier for those who are donating and have been helping out the cause here on the channel. But also it gives me now weekends off where I can re-energize every single week, because I realized during this hiatus, just like any other human, I need my time off to enjoy myself. I went away to Philadelphia for this weekend, and these little mini vacations are something I can do multiple times throughout the year to revitalize, to re-energize, and more so just enjoy life itself. God, I fucking hate it. with YouTube, my leisure time and my work time were overlapping, where I was cooped up in the house quite often, and I just needed a lot of change in my lifestyle. And now that I have it all ordered out, I think that having Saturday off is good for the channel, and more importantly, it's good for myself, where I can make the best content possible and not feel totally burnt out. Saturdays are still occasionally open for upload if news breaks, but 9 times out of 10 on the weekends, that's where game companies are at home as well, so there's not really news or anything to discuss. But if there is something I want to talk about, I will pop a video out on Saturday, but it's not something I'm going to force upon myself. Number 2, I'm going to, whoa, wait for it, do what I want. And for the most part, I have been doing what I want. I'm very opinionated. I love talking about gaming news, and I love discussing the future of gaming, and I'm gonna continue to do that. But I'm just gonna add other stuff that I'm like, hey, this would be fun even if it won't get a lot of views. Like, for example, a co-op let's play with my friends. I think it'll add some personality to the channel, and more importantly, those are the videos you need as almost a palate cleanser, because editing news and discussions, there's only so much you can add to the video itself. Where with let's play videos, those are the videos you have so much fun editing, but I'm not really a let's player, so that's just something I'm gonna add to the channel for myself. And people have enjoyed previous let's plays. I have creative ideas, like I want to play the Fallout Fantasy Flight board game. I know Miniature Nerd did a video on it, but I still want to try it out with my friends and make a video on that. I think that would be a cool series for the channel. The other thing I want to do is continue to review games, but not be so hard pressed if I miss a release, because I played and beat 58 games last year, which is an insane number considering how long some of them were, like a Persona 5 and Nier Automata, etc. These 100-hour games, where sometimes game releases weren't exciting, or certain game release dates where there were multiple games coming out, I was getting all of them and just chipping through each of them, and none of them felt really rewarding because I was playing all of them. So for example, coming up on January 26th is Dragon Ball FighterZ as well as Monster Hunter World, and then a couple of days after that is Dissidia Final Fantasy, which is a Final Fantasy fighting game. Quite honestly, I'm interested in all of these games, but I'm only going to play Dragon Ball FighterZ because that's the one I'm truly excited for. That's the one I truly care about and a franchise I actually enjoy. The other two, I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan, and Final Fantasy doesn't look that amazing where I have to pick it up. Last year, I would normally make sure I get all of them, try to review all of them, and if I have time to review them, I will. But I've noticed that zeroing in on release dates and games to genuinely anticipate, not just, all right, I'm gonna play all of them at some point, so screw it, has made gaming a lot more exciting for me in the future. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance, I'm so stoked on that. And a big shout out to Risk, the US community manager for Kingdom Come Deliverance at Warhorse Studios. He's played a big part, and I don't think he's known it in my revitalization, because he's been so open, so friendly, and so encouraging with the content I create for that game that it's really made me feel good. It's a connection I haven't had with someone in quite a while. So I really want to thank Rick for that, because it was nice to just talk about the game itself and be excited about the game instead of talking business and stuff like so many companies do nowadays. It was a different type of, we'll call it business relationship, than I've ever experienced. So big thanks to Rick on that. But yeah, it's just nice to be excited about gaming in the future, discussions, news, future let's plays, and more importantly, I have a lot of my lifestyle changes in place now. Like I said, the sleep, the eating, not being on social media that much, those were necessary changes I needed. So yeah, and quite honestly, none of those problems are that big, especially in my mindset now. It's more so that when you get that time to unplug and then return to it, it becomes a lot more manageable. When you're constantly in the fray, fighting away at it, it becomes a little bit more difficult to shake off. So it's good to be back. We'll start off tomorrow with our daily uploads as per usual at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I think I'm coming back at a good time. There didn't seem to be much gaming news to talk about where I wouldn't have known what to upload anyway, but now we're seeing that EA is going to comment on the future of Battlefront 2, so maybe we'll hear about microtransactions there. That'll be for an interesting discussion. The Witcher 3 being one of the best-selling games on Steam despite it coming out 2 years ago. Insanity, I want to talk about that. There's some gameplay for a Fallout 4 New Vegas mod. I want to look into that, see if maybe I can make a video about that. So there's a lot of exciting stuff to talk about now, and I can't wait to dive right in, and I'm excited to be back, and thank you guys so much for your supportive words. That's one thing I also want to say is so many people were like, oh my god, you're taking a break. It's not that big of a deal, Matty. Come on, you can handle it. People were really, really nice about it, saying, hey man, take your time. Come back when you want to. And I really needed to hear that, because I would have come back way sooner, but I needed more time. And to hear you guys just encourage that break and say, dude, you deserve it more than anyone I know, really spoke to me and really meant a lot, and was the kind of recognition I feel like my work needed that I didn't know about. So yeah, a genuine thanks as per usual for you guys stepping up to the plate and hitting a fucking home run for my ass. So thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. It's once again great to be back. Love you guys so much, and I'll catch you later. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.